Hey, how you guys doing? I'm X. Yeah, and I'm obviously on the PC, and this is my Xbox 360 world converted onto a void world on the PC, and I'm using a shader on the 1.7.2. Kind of want to show you guys the elevators. Um, they actually work right off the Xbox, so at least that's one thing cool. Um, yeah, I don't have to do any changes. Probably could make them smaller using hoppers and things, but I've noticed that if you have hoppers and you like load a world, sometimes the hoppers get misplaced and they're facing the wrong direction. The last thing you'd want to do is have to change like 19 hoppers, so I think monostables are the way to go. So yeah, this is the version 7 elevator, and this is with shaders on. So I definitely wanted to show you guys it with shaders, and then we're going to go ahead and look at my version 1 Batcave entrance for the PC. I had some guys saying that it didn't work, and it doesn't work on the 1.7.9. I actually, I check everything before I change the titles. I don't check every single detail, but yeah. Anyway, so we're going to go up to light blue floor. I decided to do light blue in colors so that way I could transfer these maps from the Xbox to the PC with no problem. So yeah, nice and fast, just like on the other one. If you guys watch my feet, you'll actually see that I take some fall damage when I stop on this floor. Right there. So I'm working on getting that resolved, just fixing that up. Then of course you can reset it from any floor. And then of course it has instant call features, which kind of weird. I want to show you guys this. This is a block update that I used on the Xbox using a redstone lamp. Now you don't actually need the redstone lamp in here, but why change it? But because it does work. It doesn't actually update the piston, but it gets updated automatically, which is strange. See that? It shouldn't actually be extending that piston. It should actually be butting it. And then when I turn this off, it's weird because this piston, as soon as it moves, it updates the piston for me. So in a sense, you can actually get a redstone lamp update just by having a piston below, which is something I thought was really cool to discover. So yeah, if I was to instantly extend this again and then retract it the wrong way, so you can see that I did the floor incorrectly. So it shouldn't do an instant extension when I call it up here. It should just basically lift the safety rail. And there you go, you can see it only lifted the safety rail. And then when it's set properly, then it will lift the floor up. So that's a really cool thing to discover, that that kind of block update still actually works. So we're just going to take a quick ride in the 9-story version with shaders on. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I get some crazy FPS with a shader on, especially on this. Survival too. Sometimes it drops down to 30, but maybe even 15 sometimes, depending on what's going on. But yeah, you just hit your button. We're going to go up to the top floor. You can see with the shader it's a little laggy, but it's okay. It's my computer's keeping up with it, so works for me. So yeah, that's pretty much what I was going to show you guys. Let me go ahead and send this back down, and then I'm going to go ahead and shut the shader off and put it on the current version of Minecraft. Alright, so 1.7.9 PC, latest, I guess it's kind of a snapshotty type deal, but it's still a 1.7.9. It's kind of weird, they've actually gone from, they went through every single number before going to the 1.8, which is pretty cool, I guess, Anyway, let's go ahead and load up my version 7 world, the world we were just on the 1.7.2, and yeah, check my FPS. Yeah, 60 frames, got VSync on. So yeah, things we're going to look at here is this waterfall. I also wanted to talk to you guys about how I get this question a lot, and it's like, hey, what texture pack is that? I actually explained that this is the natural texture pack converted from the Xbox 360, But I will say this, I converted like at least 100 blocks to look this way. So yeah, most of the blocks were already done for me, but a lot of them I had to do myself. So I can't distribute this because it's an Xbox 360 property. So don't ask me for, you know, for a texture, you know, for that texture pack. Just, you know, I'm just showing you that it actually, you know, I'm using the natural because I really like it. I do want to change pork chops though. I really don't like the way pork chops look on this. Alright, so this is the 1.7.9, and a couple guys were like, you know, hey, you know, this doesn't work. So version 2 is the one I recommend because it's so small. I also show you how you can make it, use a torch key on it. This is version 2, which is way more compact than that. We'll just take a little look at it. Including the torch key, I think it's still smaller in overall blocks. This has a lot of airspace, and it was designed basically so that I thought, you know, I'll just make it really big. And then later on I found that I didn't need a lot of the stuff up here for the circuit. I didn't realize that you could just update this hopper with a monostable piston like I have here. So I shrunk it by 1 block, and it's actually the equivalent size to CMB Minecraft's, and then it's got a really nice, you know, closing. So before I did that, this was right after hoppers came out, and I actually didn't really know how they worked when I started messing with this one. I knew about the hopper clock though, so you can see that I have the same things in this, they're just more compacted. So this is version 1, the non-compacted version. You know, so let's go ahead and just, you know, check it out. So you can use a button on this, but I actually designed it to be, you know, with a lever, and it would basically be like you could just, you know, carry it up and put your lever here, turn it on and then off, and you just wait a second, you know, just it doesn't have to be too quick, and then turn it on and off, and you'll see that it works fine. It will retract. I will say that from the tutorial I did minus 1 block from this hopper. So it had 14 pieces of material in it, and I changed it to 13 just to make it so it wasn't such a close call, and this one still has 6 in it. So yeah, for anybody that, you know, that I've been getting a lot of questions about it, you know, they're like, hey, you know, it's not working and stuff, and I'm like, you know, it actually does work. It's just, you know, you're probably missing something. I get that a lot. Seriously, get that a lot. Yeah, I always like the CMB stuff, and that's what this design is. It's me trying to bring CMB Minecraft stuff into the modern age because he's not really uploading anymore. Which I gotta say, you know, some people, YouTube is just not for them. The comments that I get sometimes can be aggravating, and for some people it's just too much. And I'm just going to tell you that right now, that it can be quite a pain, you know, hearing people, you know, complain. Redstone is a mechanical device that requires on specific timings. You miss one thing on this, it's not going to work. And I try to explain that in most of my videos. I go into more detail than most people do. And yeah, just showing you, you know, that's my original version. You know, I gotta say that this particular one is so huge and massive, I don't even know what I was thinking. I mean, this could just be dropped right on top of this. This red circuit could be down one. You don't even need this piston. So I did version 2 and nobody really watched it or liked it. You know, it got decent views. I'm not in this for the views, but this is the one I personally use. Just look at the size of it. The other thing too, from right here, you can infinitely expand it, and it's way faster and more reliable than that one over there. So anyway, that's version 1 and version 2, secret, you know, waterfall entryway. And yeah, these are version 7s working fine on the latest you know, update. Let's actually go and check it again, since we, you know, I did it on the 1.7.2. They haven't really changed any redstone. I'm just going to tell you that right now. They haven't changed any. No redstone's been changed. No timings on pistons have been changed. If you did find a redstone bug, they usually, I just say they don't mess with redstone because they know how much of a problem it can be. And there you go. Alright, yeah, just to show you guys that again. 1 tick delay on version 3. And version 3 is no longer, it doesn't need the orientational patch or anything. Yeah, it's really decent. So yeah, these are all my elevators. They are modified from the original design, minus this one. I did want to show just how much improvement I've done from version 1. This is actually, it was version 4, but it's a version 3 that just has, instead of a monostable, has a hopper flop, which actually makes it a little bit less laggy. But anyway, let's just go ahead and look at this. I want to show you. So this is on 4 ticks, and I'll show you that even with the 3 high entryway, it doesn't actually pop you out. And this is on the PC. There you go. So if you build this, that's the kind of reaction you can get. But if you put it on 1 tick, it actually does improve performance. And you'll see here that it lifts me up real nice. It doesn't even move me forward until I'm halfway up the elevator, which is a really good thing to have and to know how to do, because that elevator works perfectly with it. And this one has a slight modification to the old circuit. If you want to make it, not go down by 1, you can actually put your repeaters on the side. But anyway, let's put it on 1 tick and check this out. This is actually going up as high as I could make it. And positioning is not really too important on the PC. You can be within this area, but I did want to show you it. Yeah, it's not the fastest elevator. My new version 8 is actually a lot faster than this. Or I'm sorry, version 8. Version 7, multiple floor, and version 4 for the Xbox is a lot faster than this. But you can see that this is what it would be like in the future on the 360. Nice and smooth, multiplayer friendly, super multiplayer friendly. I've actually had people tell me that it works, just incredibly smooth, and it was the only one that worked on multiplayer. But some of the cooler things too about the PC is that you don't actually have to wait for the elevator to come up. You can actually just start sending it down before it gets up if you want to. Pretty cool. Oh, I forgot, this one has a it has the selector circuit on the top there. But yeah, this is pretty much that. The version 4 elevator works the same as it does on the Xbox. It's just not orientational. As you can see, I made this facing east. Most of these are all facing east. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, just to see the Xbox to PC difference. And of course, comment, like, and subscribe. And have a good one. Later.